Hi, everyone. I'm excited. This is Val with Dragonfly Crystal's Next Level Channeling, and I have Dr. Gail-Skywalking with Moon here today for Galactic Conversations. Dr. Gail, so glad to have you on my channel.
Yes, glad to be here, except for Val's had all these challenging questions behind
Oh my gosh, I don't know if we're going to get to all those. I just said to the Mr. Google, what would be some good questions? And that's why they aren't.
I thought that was the Galactic Federation that gave you those questions.
No. Don't worry about that. No, I got the photon.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. I was just wondering where.
I mean, no, those are just like questions from, the ethers. We don't have to talk about those at all. But I have to say, I never knew the photons were a big conversation till I talked to Dr. Gail backstage. And Dr. Gail clued me in.
We just started off the conversation to talk about how it started. You started channeling, and then you spit all the stuff out, and you're sitting there going, I don't know what any of this means. And I'm going, well, they simply told me we're talking about the pineal gland today. And,
yeah, exactly.
And all that stuff she was spitting out, that's all it was. They were talking about the pineal gland.
Exactly. And so before we go further, I want you to all thank you for being here. And please go to Dr. Gail-Skywalking with Moon and like and subscribe. And Dr. Gail, do you have any shows you want to share that are coming up on your channel?
Well, Saturday, I'll be doing all about aliens. People will be able to bring their questions in on Saturday, and I'll be dedicating the whole show on people's questions.
Excellent. Well, today is a day when I sat down and asked my guides, I asked the Galactic Federation to come in and give me a topic. Well, they just flew right in with this topic. And I'm just going to share it with you, and then we'll talk to Dr. Gail about what it really means. I am just the messenger. So the Galactic Federation of Light begin transmission for galactic conversations, photonic light, plasma light, crystalline light body, and connection to that frequency of 5D. The photonic light is amplifying to create a rebounding effect, meaning that it comes into your field. You temporarily go with that energy, go energetically back to that photonic source, out to that photonic beltway of light. Why is that this important? It is the threshold of peace. It is the gateway to 5D as a constant state while you are embodied. Breathe in this photonic energy as it flows to you. There is a quickening occurring that will create a new foundation of frequency levels within you, capable of holding the higher light of 5D. And they're talking about holding it and not going back down. Right. So, Dr. Gail, you have the answers to
how
what
you understood all that stuff that she just said.
I'm like, huh?
Yes, that's what she did. I was like, and she said all that, and I was just going, well, they told me we're talking about the pineal gland today, and that's dealing with all that. And mine was just so simple, and hers is so complicated. But we all know about the pineal gland. That is basically our eye, our third eye, and is to the fifth dimension, which we're trying to ascend to. And what she was talking about was we have our two human eyes that bring in the light to the pineal gland that makes the third eye. So bringing in the light, bringing in the photons, that's coming in through our eyes to the third eye and activates it. Our pineal gland does have some crystalline properties to it, so it's activating that, which Val was talking about. And yes, and so what it is just the pineal glands open up our third eye. It's also our gland that moderates our body, our rhythm to our body. So if you're having sleep issues, meditation and working with that pineal gland really straightens up your rhythm from your sleep issues, because there's so many of us are having sleep issues. Part of it is because your third eye is wide open. So you're having to learn how to work with that. But that is a body rhythm. Getting out in the sunlight, watching the sunset, watching it rise, getting your rhythms together, that's going to be helping the pineal gland. So all these things Val was talking about, that's just all it was talking about, was activating the pineal gland.
So I mean, this is something that, I mean, we can connect it to our bodies and understand what's happening, but it's also something, knowing that part of it, how it comes in, and a part of our body that we can actually work with, and if it helps our sleep patterns. Whoops, I'm just trying to star these, not put them on the screen. I'm a little slow. But listen, so what can we do with our third eye? If say we're having trouble sleeping, what do we do with it? What do we do with our third eye?
Well, it's a lot to do with the rhythm, as I said, getting outside, watching the sunrise, sunset, getting into the rhythm of nature, water, things like that, that kind of, that you want to kind of activate or be around. You're going to see it with your two eyes to activate that third eye and to get that rhythm going. And meditation does help you to structure or trying to work with that third eye. But that is a good way when people are having some sleep issues to try to do these things to help the third eye. But there's so many of us, especially in this chat, that are having that because our third eye is being activated more than most people, and that are in this community. So we're really having to step up the games, and that means we have to figure out how to work with that and how to get the rhythm back where it is. Because if I get a big upgrade, there's many times that I'm going with sleepless nights after that.
Yeah,
and so
I find that too. I'm really having to struggle to get to sleep.
You're right.
Yeah, and then if I wake up, forget about it. I'm up after that.
Right.
So
there's some ways to work with meditation, to work with your sleep pattern, but also it's the rhythm. It's the rhythm of the pineal gland. But when we're getting the upgrades, that rhythm is disrupted by the upgrade. And so I think that's why we have some issues like that.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. And, you know, I know when they're talking about us holding on to the higher frequency and not going back down to the lower frequency, I feel like that has something to do with the dissolution, the dissolving of that 3D structure, that old foundation of everything going on. Because when they're talking about creating, that it is creating a new foundation for us, within us. And we are the ones who created that whole Earth School 3D construct. And now, since we are moving forward and we don't need it anymore, it makes sense that that is going. And I know one person, Rossi, I think, had a question about how, oh, no, you know what? I know it wasn't Rossi. Hold on. Sorry, Rossi. It was Randy. Randy, when do we get out of 3D? Well, it isn't actually when. It's already, I think it's already occurring.
It is already occurring because, you know, I said probably a month ago, I was talking about how people were changing, and now that was an issue, and they wanted me, the message I had at that time was that when we're going into grocery stores and stores like that, people might not see you because you're walking around in 5D. And our guides and things sit in 5D and we can't see them. We know they're there, but we can't see them. So it's happening more and more for people now that when you're going into stores and places like that, that they don't see you. And I'm hearing that more and more from people. Why do they see it?
I do too. I hear it. Yes, like you're an invisible person somewhere.
It's not on purpose. You are invisible to them because you're walking around in 5D at that time, and that is going on more and more. So it's not when, it's that we are venturing into that, and that was what my message was to start telling people that was going to start happening, and don't take offense to it because you're walking around in 5D in La La Land and like our guides. Yeah, wait on me. Hey, talk to me. Oh, don't do that. And so that's how we're doing to the people now who are still in 3D, and we're walking to the grocery store. Or
Yeah.
for me, it was two places I went to. It was a grocery store that nobody paid attention to me, and then I went to Best Buy after that.
Yeah.
Oh, and nobody waited on me. And before I went out, I had just come out of meditation. So I was walking around in 5D.
You were definitely walking around in 5D and invisible to those who are not, not yet embodying that.
And I called Nancy going, Nancy Jean, nobody saw me today. What is wrong? And then probably 2 weeks later, I got that message that it was going to be happening to everybody.
It is happening to everyone. There's no doubt about that. I have no doubt whatsoever. And I'm just going to go up to the questions here. I want to say hi to people in the chat first. Rossi, good of you to join us first. And Diane G, Laura Hammond Davis, Anya, Jen, Kim, Randy, Amanda, Diane G, and let's see, Gray, hello, Barbara P, Rose Blue, S Steele, and let's see if I got Suzanne, Patricia, hi, Jazz, Akila, and I'm getting through them. Hold on, I'm scrolling. Sue Toffee, hello. I hope I didn't miss anyone. And if I did, it's not on purpose. And let's see, I'm down to the bottom here. I think that's everyone. Yeah. Okay. So going back up to the top here, some of you have questions. And yes.
I wanted to talk about a little bit else.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the fact that when my friend Meg was explaining to me that about 3D is going to stay 3D. We're all wanting world peace, and they were all going to go 5D.
Yeah.
Well, she Googled how many days on Earth had there been no fighting, no war, no anything.
Yeah.
It was in the 200s of all the time that we have been on Earth. It was like 259 or 279. I'm not sure exactly what the number was, but that's all. So it's almost like we're beating our head against the wall about trying to change 3D. We're not changing 3D. We're changing ourselves and moving into 5D.
So think of 3D as a construct we created, much like karma or anything else that facilitates this environment we created that is Earth School. And we're graduating.
Yeah.
So what happens to the old constructs? They dissolve and fade away for us. They're still there for those who are still in that 3D cycle.
Right, because a lot of people who are not comfortable moving to 5D, they are comfortable staying in 3D. We just need to let them be there.
Yeah.
Let everybody be where they're
no judgment about it. It's just that's their choice right now. Mm-hmm. And so and Rossi's asking, I have several AT guides that are helping me with healing modalities. Can I have a message from them? And you know what?
Well, let's see if we can break this down a little bit more. Are you wanting a message about your healing modalities? Or are you just wanting a blanket message from them?
She's just saying they're helping her with healing modalities. I think she just wants any message she can get from them. Yeah, from you. Yeah. Okay. And thanks, Rossi, for putting Dr. Gail's channel in there.
Oh yeah,
it's in the description below this video.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Rossi, the first thing I'm seeing is your hands on somebody, your physical hands on somebody, and I'm not sure if you're doing some physical in-person healings, but that's what they're showing me is physical touch, which I haven't really seen this from anybody. Most people are, can do it virtual or, energetically, but I'm seeing you actually doing some physical hands-on healing. I'm not sure what you do, Rossi, but that's what I'm seeing. And I think they want you to, and I'm getting huge yeses on this, they want you to start looking at that. Or I would say, if you're doing it remotely, start envisioning your hands on somebody. Now, okay, but here it is. Usually, when I'm adjusting somebody chiropractically, and I can do it energetically, and I can do it remotely, I physically, in my mind, are adjusting them with my hands on them. And I'm going through the same motions I'm doing when they're in my office. So this is what they're wanting you to look at, Rossi. I don't know. I don't know if you're just like seeing your energy out there, or they're wanting you to put like a physical component, visible component to it. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
That does make sense, because they are telling me, tell her she has a galactic cosmic field. She is working with the galactic cosmic field of infinite potentiality. And you're saying, and that component of creating some kind of structure within that delivers that system kind of thing. So it is, and you're creating it, Rossi.
Yeah, she says she hasn't done physical, but I don't think it is physical. I was getting more into it. I think it's more virtual, but envisioning your hands on it, envisioning going through the motion, envisioning all that.
Exactly. That's what I'm being shown when they're telling me that about the galactic connection. It is like that multi-dimensionality, being in the higher realms. You are doing it all virtually. There's no physical contact, and you are creating a construct, a delivery system, a connection portal, gateway, that it somehow, however that works for you, that works with them, that as a conduit for this energy, for those you serve, for those you are working with. This, it's not like you have to do much after that. And the minute you visualize that, call them in, and this will begin, and this energy will move through you and go out to everyone that you are working with, whoever that is.
Well, she says she feels the energy in her hands and imagines going to the body, which is, that's good. For some reason, I'm thinking, Rossi, there's another component to this.
Yeah,
there's a step up. There's a more specific.
There's definitely a step up, because it's more than just your physical body. You're thinking in terms of our Earth's life, imagining like you're doing Reiki or something, but really this is the energetics of you connecting. You have your client and you're going up and you're connecting to that galactic connection you have created. And that creates the superhighway for this person's whatever that is happening for them. Galactic openings, cosmic openings, big, higher level things than you might think are going on. I mean, higher level ideas about what's connecting and happening than the old idea, oh, I'm working on their liver or whatever. This bypasses all that, and it like creates that remembrance of perfection of all elements. And then it flows back. Your body will react. Oh yeah, I'm perfect. And things will align with that perfection as much as that can happen within someone's energy field. As you, as you believe, so shall you be.
I'm just saying, as long as we're connected energetically, they could be anywhere. And that's right, Anja. They can be anywhere. And this is specifically for her. This is a message for her, not for everybody who's doing healings.
Yeah.
This is for Rossi. That they're asking her to be mentally more hands-on the body is what I'm getting.
Exactly. Okay. So going on to, thank you for that, Rossi. I hope that resonates for you. And I've got Jen who's asking, I'm wondering if you can tune into who I heard. No telepathic thought, just curious. Who you heard? How does that even What did they say? What did you hear?
I'm wondering if you can tune into who I heard. No telepathic thought, just curious. I'm not even, Jen, kind of clarify that, please.
Yeah, if you
Really,
can, Jen.
really good is what our question is asking. And I'm assuming you're just asking who was talking to you. And that could be any, many, mighty, mo, because I see at least 5 things around you that could be any one of those. So, and they're all talking to you. Okay.
You said you are in a time lapse. Do you hear me? And I said, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yes, now we're getting there. Thanks, Jen. Thanks for clarifying that. And I heard that was from source. That was not any of your guys. That was not any ETs. It went straight from source. And I'm getting a big yes on that.
Oh, I got the chills too.
Source.
I love that, Jen. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Very good. And she says, you said someone wants me to channel. Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's not, this isn't it.
This isn't that, but yeah. So I love that. So I'm going back up. Okay, Suzanne, can I have a message from my guides about my exhaustion and low energy? Thank you.
I just heard food, Suzanne. Diet food. Okay, let me see if that's what they're truly saying. Yeah, diet food. And I don't know. I've been wanting some chocolate today, and that's what I'm seeing, Suzanne. So I am.
You're talking my language, Dr. Gail.
I think I'm projecting what I want onto you.
Oh, man, now I'm hungry.
Yes, but Jen, Suzanne, they're talking about diet, and actually, what they're really telling me is that you're not eating enough good things, like you haven't healthy. You're not eating enough of the healthy stuff, so increase your healthy food intake. But I'm sorry, the chocolate came to my mind.
I have to say that's making my mouth water. And oddly enough, I just want to say this must be for this group today. I pulled an activation card, but I got the third eye.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Which relates to the pineal gland.
Yeah, it is exactly what it is. Yes. Read what's on that card.
So it says the frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination, and our physical, or not our psychic rather, powers. So there it is. The flower of life. So
Suzanne, you have thyroid issues. That thyroid issues always going to have problems with low energy and exhaustion, and trying to regulate. I feel for you trying to regulate that thyroid. It's really hard trying to get the medication just right. But obviously, if you're still exhausted, low energy, might mean that your dosage might need to be adjusted.
And for some reason, they're also talking about the divine feminine, which would make sense if it's like hormonal or in any way like that. But this frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive nurturing. So nurturing yourself, drink enough water. If you don't drink enough water, you are going to be fatigued. You are going to be tired and go, why am I so tired? Because water carries energy, and you really need that energy. You need a lot of it. Like, I know it sounds too much. 16, no, even 8-ounce glasses of water a day would be better than nothing. Allowing that soft side to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. And really, this is about you loving yourself, you nurturing yourself. You've got that third eye connection. You got that, coming in, and you drink water. That's what I keep hearing. Drink water, absolutely, and quit eating a bunch of junk.
Chocolate. We're all going to be running out of here after the show and getting some chocolate.
I am hard on that because I made chocolate chip cookies last night and they have a lot of chocolate chips in them. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna run over there now. I hope that helps you, Suzanne. And Jazz is asking, may I ask which galactic family I belong to? Curious to know about my origins.
Okay. All right, let's see here. Sirius B.
Ooh.
Is your galactic origin, and I don't know if you know anything about Sirius B, but it tends to be a water planet. So it has the whales, the dolphins, the things like that. So that's who you're connected to. Jazz is Sirius B. And I'm terrible about spelling. Somebody, if you could spell Sirius B for her so she can look it up and find out more information about that, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and I think it's Sirius B.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But Sirius B.
When I spell on the spot, I start getting tongue tied.
Yeah, I do too. Normally I can't think, but I'm looking at my galactic connection cards. I just pulled one like that. So
thank you, Jazz.
Thank you, Jazz. I hope that helps you. And let's see, we're going on to Sue Toffee. Please may I have a message from the Great Central Sun or guide from Great Central Sun? That is one of my home places, I have to say.
The sun?
Oh, yeah. The Great Central Sun, I communicate quite a lot.
Okay. The Great Central Sun. Okay, well, I'll pull a card for that. And it's the Cosmic Heart. And it says, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. So Sue Toffee, that's the big thing, is make your life a moving prayer. So it is, well, this is all the messages for all of us, is trying to move into the 5D and trying to shed all the 3D things that are going on and not paying much attention to it, not as much of attention to it, but creating your life as a moving prayer. That's the message I'm getting from the Central Sun.
Ooh, that's nice. So they were saying, dear Sue, allow in this light that we're talking about. You are a daughter of the Great Central Sun. And though you may not realize it, you are part of the Council of Light here of the Great Central Sun of Divine Source Energy. Please connect with us and we will communicate more. And that's what they're saying.
Okay, so just to communicate more with the Great Central Sun so she can relay the message or relay the message to her.
She can talk to the Great Central Sun and learn all about that connection to that council that she has and learn about the work she's here. And it's all about realization.
Yeah.
The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming the brightest expression in this world. And the Great Central Sun's main component is about bringing consciousness, bringing that high divine source consciousness, unity consciousness, the oneness. That is what it is all about embodying within all of us. So that truth of our being, that realization of we are one, that is really one of the main components of the Great Central Sun. And it's powerful, more than that even. So I hope that helps you, Sue. And then Jen was saying, this isn't really a question, but I thought it was interesting. My sacral is causing issues where I can't meditate. Kind of weird. It's personal, but it's a weird throb. It's really distracting. It sounds like Kundalini is
it is.
It rise up. Yeah.
I don't know if I can say this on air.
Oh, Dr. Gail.
Just saying, Jen, you need to have some good orgasms.
There you go. Said plainly. Thank you for, because really that's absolutely true. That would help you out to soothe that, as you're trying to go into a meditation, because you're moving that energy if you're doing that. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. So thank you. Thank you for that we put you in the hot spot, even then you didn't have to. Andy already.
I mean, because when I get answers, mine are just one word or two words. Where you get this elaborate information, I get one or two, and that's what I got. And I'm like,
no, that's exactly right, though. But that will take care of that situation. So, Gray, I would love a message from the team, please. It seems by all asking that there are questions. Huh?
I'm looking for somebody here who had a question that I wanted to address.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
And you don't have to take that off. I was just going to address it because if somebody, and I'm sorry, I can't find the question, but I saw that they were having trouble with the information that I'm sharing on my channel, that they're going all the way back to the beginning. And even in the beginning, it was over their head. And,
yeah.
And I am so sorry about that. If you can come in and ask questions, I will be glad to talk to you about it, because you're not the only one. And there's so many of people that I have come along with from the very beginning, and we have grown together, that our questions have kind of matured in that process. And I just had this conversation with somebody just the other day about that I needed to go back to the basics for people to learn and bring them along. So I would love for you to come in and ask the basic questions, because I'm more than willing to go back to the basics and get that information for you, or explain what you're needing to learn or new. Still, that would be me. That would be me, the newbie. Don't be sorry. No, there's so many new people that are coming in, and I need to really focus on some of those, or go back to some basic questions. I can do both. I can do some basic questions, and I can do complex questions. But please come to my channel and ask those questions, and we will go back to the basics, because you won't be the only one. There's a lot of people who need to go back to basics, and I probably do too. I probably need to go back to the basics and re-examine them, especially from now that I'm more further down the line than I am now.
I just want to say this to all of us, including me, that if you're on a channel listening, you're soaking up the energy. You're getting information on many layers. So even if you're in the chat and you've been there, going back through all Simone's videos, you're getting that codes of light, the information, the vibration, the resonance, frequency that you need. And your brain, your linear mind, doesn't actually need the rest of it, but I understand why we want to know it. But you actually are getting a lot of everything you need, or you wouldn't be resonating and being there watching everything on the channel. So rest assured, you're getting the activations, recalibrations, and information that you need. And now you want to feed that brain. I understand with that logic, but it's all here. It all goes in. Yeah.
So it'd be great if you could.
It's not for nothing that you've gone through it all and sucked it all in. I'm saying good on you, because you are getting all that.
But I would appreciate having those basic questions start over again for people.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the help to come in, and I will be doing an answer questions show on Saturday. So that would be great.
That is good. Yeah. Because we do like to have our logical brain.
Well, just like the pineal gland. Now, when's the last time we talked about that?
Yeah, exactly. So it's very helpful. So I want to say to Gray, who wants a message from his team, her, I'm getting consciousness for you. So this is a beautiful energy. Supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. So that's really being conscious in this now moment, as every single minute is creating the new next now moment. And it's really about transformation, transmutation. That is what's going on when you talk about being in the present moment with consciousness. You're creating, call it magic, whatever you want. You are creating a new now moment through your alchemizing everything that is going on in your surroundings. The power of now is not a fake thing that totally came up with. The power of now is real. That's where you create everything. That's where you create your next now moment. And that's what they're saying to me, is that message is about you being present in that higher dimensional state and bringing in that next new creation that you want to bring in the highest vibration of light, in the highest way, in the highest timeline, just like that. Not that you're going to manifest it in 2 seconds, but you're going to be thinking in those higher frequency ideas, not restricting yourself with dampers, with like a governor on you. No, take it off.
Will you pull up at 435 Tea Garden Chicken? I want to actually
Tea Garden Chicken.
Yeah, because I've got a question to put out to everybody on this one. Kind of a challenge, or I don't know what you call it, a curiosity question myself.
Okay.
Oh, it wouldn't be my time.
Here it is. Okay.
Maybe kind of like eating healthier, your body is absorbing even if you don't feel it right away. Trust the process and journey. Well, I want to ask this question, especially to you, Tea Garden Chicken. I hear all the time about people getting junk food and being able to change the energy of the junk food as they eat it.
Oh, yeah.
And also, when I was doing the color therapy class, we saw that if you were eating something bad, you can use the color yellow to counteract it.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to put some yellow glasses on while I eat my.
At that night, when I discovered about the yellow, I was going, "Oh my gosh, I'm eating pizza tonight. I'm going to go find some yellow." But so I want to know: is anybody trying these things? That I don't know how you do change the energy of the food to make it good, but somehow or another, people can change the energy. Say if they're eating a bag of chips and and it's bad for them, and then they can change the energy, and it'll be note to self.
There are several ways to do that. And one of those ways is just like they teach you with water. If you put a label on water and say peace or love or whatever, you sit it on top of a coaster that has that on it, it's going to embody over time. It's going to suck up that vibration. If you put, and you can put a label on all your chips, your cookies or whatever. But you can
little heart-shaped stickers.
Yeah. And you can just stand over your food. I do this with my chai tea every morning. I request a most benevolent outcome that this chai tea be excellent for my body, mind, and spirit, and bring me all wonderful, good things today. I don't say it that way, good, because everything's good. Bring me everything I need in perfect divine harmony and flow, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's done. You can say it any way you want, but you're just instructing the food. I put my hands over it and you can say a prayer. You can say a prayer of intention, anything you want.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, well, you can do that with chocolate chip cookies, but will your mind believe it? Because I made those chocolate chip cookies and I'm going to eat some, but will my mind?
I think that's the trick.
That's the trick with the chocolate chip. my mind is clamped on to, oh, I'm doing bad things.
Yes.
Now you could take your labels and put them on there, and labels of peace, love,
Yeah.
harmony,
I just get a little heart shape.
because you're bypassing your mind.
But you're not bypassing your mind when it goes in your mouth.
Well, that is true, but you could see if it works. I don't know.
I just wonder if anybody out here in the chat has tried that or does do that, because I know it's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Has anybody tried it?
Yeah, Cece said I haven't been eating.
I don't remember to take my pills.
Control.
It'll be flush right out. Yeah, and Patricia says, I feel you have to trust it and your abilities to do that.
I agree, Patricia.
Yeah, that darn mind, though.
I know. Well, we were raised that a chocolate chip cookie was bad for you.
Yes, when you're in the very beginning.
Yeah, you can start with the ingredients, and the sugar's bad, but if you used good sugar or natural sugar, it's where we were brought up.
Suzanne, I haven't been eating junk food, but cheese is out of control.
Yeah, like cheese too.
I like cheese too, but cheese doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. So, going back to the next question.
Going back to that, yes, I got way off topic there, y'all.
Did we do great?
Yeah, you did great. You gave her.
So Anya is asking, I've just been diagnosed with severe sleep apnea. Oh, how is this affecting my pineal, etc.?
Well, I think it might be the other way around, Anja. Your pineal gland affecting your sleep apnea. Let's see. Let me see if it is first. If there's a connection, if it is affecting I'm getting no, Anja, that it's not affecting it at all. There's no connection to it. No connection at all, which is interesting. I didn't know that myself.
Oh, yeah. I don't know anything about that,
sleep apnea?
No, I do. I do know about sleep apnea. I have several friends who have to sleep with the mask and the forced oxygen.
But I see her asking why it would be affecting the pineal gland, since the pineal gland is about sleep and all. But I got that there was no correlation, which I was expecting that there would be, but there's not.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Anya. And Steele, may I know about my galactic family origins? I never can even consider that I might be one, but y'all got me curious. There isn't anyone here on this planet that has not. We're all galactic.
We're all connected galactically, but some with a lot more than others. And if you're not running away from this conversation and this channel or my channel, then that means you have a big galactic connection. That doesn't mean you're a lot more than the normal people. I'm getting, yes, you got this big galactic origin, and I'm hearing the Palladians. Yes, still, it's the Palladians that you have your connection to.
And the planet Venus fell out. What it means, I don't know.
The planet Venus.
The planet Venus fell out in the contact cards. So, but I got consciousness for you as an activation card. So that is about really tuning into your higher frequency of the now, to the now moment, being present, consciousness, and that will help you remember.
Yeah.
That remembrance and the higher, you are everything. It's not like you have to make yourself get to something. You are already it, and all you're doing is remembering that. That's all we're doing now.
They're saying
go of the old 3D ideas about, and it's magic.
Well, they're saying my aunt and I have always been considered the space cadets of the family. So yeah.
There you go. So that all makes sense. Thank you, S. Steele. I hope that resonates for you. And Patricia, assuming the 3 upgrades received over the last 10 to 12 weeks are helping to hold that light. Well,
she's assuming that.
Let's see. I'm going to do some activation cards for you.
Well,
Just see
she's
if I-
had 3 big activations, and we were going, and she just recently had her last one, and she has just been going through a lot. And yes, her activation, this will be holding the light. It's just that, and they're telling me you will notice the difference in 3 months. You'll be seeing the changes.
Oh, and you know what I got? I got the magic. Magic. So this frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move forward toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestations. So
Oh,
this is where you are headed. That
yes.
is your activation.
Let us know in 3 months, Patricia.
Yeah, congratulations. That sounds
You're supposed to sit back and kind of rest and take it easy in the meantime, Patricia.
Yeah.
Let it integrate in your body. That's what I just heard. Integration in your body.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going back out because that was all I collected. We'll say, oh my gosh, hang on. There's a lot of people that.
Yeah, just pick any question because there's so many that has come in.
Okay. Well, some of them aren't questions. How do I manage? Here's Jules Niner. How do I manage my body aching now that I have been in 5D for almost 2 weeks? Wow, that is an adjustment.
It is an adjustment, and we all handle it differently. Mine, when I'm going through changes, mine is nausea. I say nausea all the time when I'm going through it. A lot of people is dizziness. I'll never forget the time that I was talking to Danny Shea, that he was on the bathroom floor, dizzy, and he was going through some major upgrades, and he was in 5D and was really being challenged with it. So we all experience it differently, but you will get used to it and it will go away. For me, when I first started, it's every time I get an upgrade, I'm nauseated for like 2 weeks, but it's different for everybody. Like I think for a lot of people who get the dizziness, it's like 3 days, but it's different for everybody on how you experience that change.
Yeah, and this is really interesting for you, Jules. I got authority, and it says it reminds us that authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. So I think that's like you being an authority over what's happening with your body and how to react with it, and know that you have maybe some way to work with your team to soften the experience or help you with it.
Now, you can always ask them to cut back or make it softer or easier on you.
Yeah.
They don't always know how it's affecting you.
Yeah. So that's a tough one. Thank you, Jules. Hope that helps.
Growing pains.
Oh, all right. About sleep. Okay, Kimby. If taking questions, I would appreciate a question. Any information on galactic life?
I'm not real sure about that question.
Galactic life. On a galactic life. Oh, you're asking if you've had a galactic life.
Well,
gotcha.
I don't know. She might be asking where her origin is from or where she's.
Yeah, I think that's what she's asking.
I'm not sure, but Kim, can you clarify what you're actually asking about? I mean, because you've had multiple galactic lives. You've been on different planets. You've taken on different bodies. So I'm not sure if you're asking. If you want to know all about your different lives, a good way to find out about that is to get your astrology, your Starseed astrology chart done. And that will show you where you spent all your lives on the different planets and even what you were doing on that planet. Like were you in the Army, or were you medical, or whatever you might be. If you get a Starseed astrology chart, it'll map out all the different planets and star systems you've been in. So I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, Kim. Oh, you want the origin. Okay, there she is. She wants the origin. Okay.
Yeah.
So I gave you more information than you wanted, Kim.
And you know what? These contact cards aren't that helpful. It says Galactic.
Yeah.
So it's acknowledging you're galactic. But I got this card and I feel like this is for somebody else. But
When you read the book,
tantric journey, it says helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how we reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. That is very interesting that I pulled that card for you. And secondly, I got the third eye one. So,
well, Kim, it is Lyrans, the cat people, Lyrans, L-Y-R.
Maybe that's why it's sensual, the cat people.
That's the original. And that's the hardest one to identify, because that gets mistaken all the time. The Lyrans, they kind of blend in, but they're here now, helping all of us, especially all the light workers. They're all sitting beside us. But that seems to be your origin, Kim. But you've been on multiple places with multiple being multiple beings on different planets and star systems.
Yeah, that sounds right. Thank you, Kim, for that question. And Amanda Carroll's saying, hi, Gail and Val. I would appreciate any messages from Galactic Guides today.
Yeah. Okay, I'm pulled a card that says Star Family. They're wanting you to call in your support system. I want you to call in your star family. They are part of your soul team. Call in for support. So, Amanda, I don't know if you have been ignoring your galactic people or your galactic star family, but they're asking for you to start calling on them.
That makes sense because you are flying high. We are with you. So that was their short message for you, which makes sense. If let me pull an activation card for you. See if I can pull a different one. Solar plexus chakra.
Oh, a different one, yay.
It's a new one today.
That would be yellow for food.
Oh, yellow for food. I'm going to have to put this on me. Wear it when I eat my chocolate.
Let me tell you what I did. This is kind of embarrassing. I don't have a lot of yellow in my wardrobe. And
neither do I. I
had a kitchen towel that is yellow, and I put it in my pants, and I wore it like an apron.
There you go. I mean, if it works, hey, I'm going to do it. And it says, it's the yellow flower of life supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. So really, if we don't go back and give ourselves some, I call it accolades, because that's my 3D term. If you don't pat yourself on the back just some little bit, you're not acknowledging what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
And really, you need to say you are here delivering something important to the universe. You need to do that. And it's so easy. Personally, I never do that. I never give myself any kind of, I just, okay, that's done. Next. I don't even go back and go, well, look at, what I brought there. I mean, what I brought as a divine being on the planet, whatever. I never do. And so these kind of things are coming up for me to do as well.
Yeah.
So remember that solar plexus. That's your divine will, your energy of why you are even here doing everything. Yeah. Important. We are, and Dr. Gail and I are not the outgoing life of the party people. We're very reserved and, introverted. And so we aren't patting ourselves on the back or doing any of that because we just don't.
Yeah.
No.
2 introverted Pisces.
Yes, 2 introverted Pisces. So there you are, right there. So, so Barb is asking, I would love a message for my Lyran family of origin.
Okay. Your life is a canvas.
Oh.
This is a good one. Artist, manifestation, creative, accountability. So right now, your life is a canvas, and whatever you want to put on that canvas, it seems like to me you can manifest it.
Yeah, I love that. And it's funny, I pulled Gaia for you. And this is important because you're on Earth right now as a galactic being. And Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. So when you have that Gaia connection and that galactic connection, you are a powerful manifester to bring in messages and information and create here, because those who are grounded and connected can really bring things into fruition, bring them into being. That is a great gift to have. And that's why we always tell people to ground yourself, send your grounding cord down. That's how important it is. So that's nice, Barb P. And we only have about 4 minutes left. One last question is, Anya, as long as we're connected, they could be anywhere. It's not a question. So
yeah, that's the same. You pulled that up before, so
yeah. And here's one. Diane G, may I have a message from my Palladian family? I have a new Pleiadian guide pop in a week ago.
Oh, good for you. My new guide, I got a new guide. And I keep laughing because what she looks like a little hoochie mama, because she wears these tight lycra top that's crop top right under her chest or her breast, and then she has these lycra pants on. I mean, and it's long sleeve. It almost looks like it could be exercise, but it's not. And it's purple and black print, like a tiger or print.
Ooh.
And she has long blonde hair, and she has animal ears, and I think they're dog ears. But when she says something, I'm going, why do you dress like that? And she hasn't answered me. She likes how she looks.
Well, she popped in and she said, yes, I'm her teacher. She is willing, and we are happy to share. That's what I got.
It's a new guide, but I cannot get
I get a female, same as you. I didn't, I didn't notice.
That's for me. That's my new guide. That's my new guide.
That's your new guide.
My new guide. Yes. That's what I was telling you. And what was funny about that is when I got that guide, 2 days later or a day later, I was driving, and how you get stoplight. Well, this car pulls up beside me, and it was that purple and black animal print that my guide was wearing.
Oh.
And it's a real estate agent who was advertising, and I'm going, oh my gosh! And I sat there and called that my God a hoochie mama, and here's this person, a real estate agent. Well, of course they're not wearing it, but anyway.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, I got this card for
Diane.
Yeah, and it says, trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Diane, we're all so guilty of that. We think we got to go. We got to do. What about my third eye? Come on, get this information. But the timing, you have to go with the timing. You can't do it all at once, and it can't all come to you all at once. We probably incapacitated on the floor for months. They zapped us with all that information. But so trust the wave you came in on, and trust that timing is not running out.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And time is really it is losing it's becoming elastic. We'll say it like that. It's morphing. It's not what we think it is. It's not stuck in the linear quality anymore for a lot of us. So yeah, think of that at the same time. But Diane G, thank you for your question. And that concludes our show today for Galactic Conversations. And next time it will be on Dr. Gail, Skywalking with Moon.
All right. Thanks, Val, for having me. And thanks, everybody. Thanks for great questions.
Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Dr. Gail, Skywalking with Moon. Absolutely. 100%.
Talk about your next show.
Oh, next show? Oh, I'm on Sisters of the Mystical Tarot after this. So tune in for that. I'll stick something in my post so you know where to go, because we trade channels all the time on that one. And I thank you all for joining us. It's a pleasure every time. Thank you for all your insightful questions in the chat. And we'll see you next time on Dr. Gail's channel. Bye-bye.